Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin, the believer.
And I don't know what else to say.
It's like My Skeptical Sister after dark because we're both so tired.
Yes, we are. I'm like, let's see. What else can I talk about besides being exhausted?
Yeah, we went out to a friend of ours' wedding last night.
Yeah, 2 of our face group members.
Our face group. Facebook.
Oh, this is going to be a funny episode.
Our face group.
Our Facebook group members. Yeah. Shoot, I need to get my shit together. Okay.
Let me just say, I love a wedding. So even if I didn't know them in person, if we become big enough, you want us to go to your wedding, you let me know.
Oh, yeah. I think we're there. Just start inviting us.
Love weddings.
Also, if we just find out that you are, what if we just crash their wedding? Wouldn't it be so dorky? Like, we think it's a big thing, and they're like, this is so weird.
Yeah, like, I don't have a plate for you. Get out.
Exactly. Like, we're here. Aren't you excited?
Yeah, we're not Bill Murray.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, wait till we get on his status before we do that.
That's right.
Oh, it's hilarious. But it was a great wedding and so much fun. And
we're tired.
Sweet. Yeah, and we're tired. Yeah, it was fun.
But it's fitting because we're going to have our sleep paralysis episode part 2.
I know. I was like, can I sleep through the recording of it?
That's what this episode will be. You asleep.
Yes. And
I will strangle you. And you won't be able to move. Oh, that got dark.
That did get
I won't
really
do that.
Dark.
I promise
really
I won't.
Yeah, that wedding was really sweet. And then the sermon portion of it was all about love languages. So James and I were talking, and this morning I said, you know what my love language is? When you twirl me to the song Tennessee Whiskey. So I don't know how he's going to work that into his everyday routine, but he's going to have to if he wants to speak my love language.
Yeah, you were a little drunk by the time that started happening, I heard you from our tables away. You go, okay, this is what we're going to do. And then you guided him through the whole thing. It was hilarious.
So you're saying we didn't look smooth like Tennessee Whiskey?
Maybe it's because I know your voice so well that I could hear it, but I could hear every word.
I mean, I thought we were killing it, though.
You looked great. If I couldn't have heard you, I would have been like, oh my gosh, look how cute they are.
They're professional
But you were like,
dancers.
we're going to do this. And he was like, we're going to do what? And you're like, don't worry, I got it. And then you showed him where you wanted his hands to go. And then you just twirled around. You look great, but it was definitely instructive.
That's hilarious. Yeah, well, that's just how I roll. I'm like, look, I like to twirl. I need you to know how to spin me. Wake up, be on your toes, and here we go.
Yeah, it's the most country music I've listened to in the last 10 years.
Oh my gosh, it was
all in one night.
A lot of country music.
And it made me realize, at one point at the end of the night, they're like, gather around, we're going to sing a song for the, whatever, all gather around. Of course, it was Friends in Low Places, which is not a romantic song at all.
Not at all. It's about a divorce.
It's about a drinking problem, right?
Yes, but if you listen to the words, he's singing about his ex-wife.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is I knew every word to it.
Every word.
And I looked over at Kevin at one point and I'm like, I bet he wouldn't have thought I would know every word to this, but I think it just happens when you're born in Kentucky.
Yeah.
You know all the Garth Brooks songs by heart.
Mm-hmm. You do. And it is. It's very strange when all of a sudden you realize, I never, ever listen to country music.
Right.
And I knew the lyrics to all the songs last night. I'm like, how? Is it like somebody playing it while I'm sleeping? Some sort of weird sleep paralysis country music? If you're in Kentucky.
It's the big con.
Conspiracy.
Yeah. I know. It's so weird. I was shocked by how much country music I knew. And
well, we did grow up with Mom. So
yeah,
Mom always had country music playing in the car, but still, I mean, that was old country. Now it's I still knew the modern country.
I know. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I remember Mom used to think that song about Friends in Low Places was so sweet. She was like, I just love that Garth Brooks, who made it so big, sings about his friends who are in low places. He went back and we're like, Mom, that is not what the song is about.
And that would be very condescending.
Right.
Kind of
I'm friends with even you, little peons.
You little twerp. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's funny. Well, I have exciting news that you shared with me that we now need to share with everybody.
Okay, what's that?
Season 3 of Ghosts is back.
Yes, I know. Have you started it?
I did. I just started it right before I came over here. I almost canceled on you. I almost literally wrote out the text, James still isn't home yet. Maybe we just wait till tomorrow night. Because really, I secretly wanted to watch. But then I thought, no, I already told her I would do it tonight. So I erased the text and I just watched as much as I could until it was time to come over.
I know. It's such a good one. I haven't started it yet because I know it'll be done and then I won't have anything. Hopefully there'll be more seasons coming out.
But surely. Yeah, it's such a good show.
I know.
If you have not checked out Ghosts on HBO, it is lighthearted. It's funny. It's just all around. It's a great little like different way to look at what ghost lives might like be like if you believed in them.
Right. Yeah.
I know.
Fun. Kevin and I started watching Ted Lasso, which is about the cutest show I've ever seen in my whole life.
I need to watch that. I haven't seen it.
It's on Apple TV, which makes it feel extra exclusive. But we borrow. I mean, I don't want to say borrow and then not be able to use it anymore.
You found a way.
We have a way of watching it
with
someone's permission. It's not like we're stealing it or anything.
Hacking into someone's system. I mean, it happens all the time.
Right. But I don't know how to do any of that cool stuff. So we're watching it. It is just the cutest, like most heartwarming show. It cracks me up. And I had posted something because I saw on a different paranormal thing where it's like, do you believe in ghosts? I do, but mostly I want them to believe in themselves. That's from Ted Lasso. And we got to that. It's the very first episode. It was funny.
That's cute. Very cute. Well, I just have to keep up my skeptical game because apparently everybody thinks that I'm slipping a little bit.
Oh, have you been getting some?
Some
shade?
Of course, Rebe throwing shade, but she always throws shade at me.
She loves to throw
she
shade.
Does. But
she
then
should be a pair of sunglasses.
She should be a pair of sunglasses. My next pair of sunglasses are going to be named Rebe. Where did I put Rebe at? Where is Rebe? Because that will happen. I lose sunglasses all the time. That's why I need another pair.
That's right.
And then Ronnie from last week, she was like, that moment, she like put that like little GIF up there. GIF, I never know.
I say GIF. No, I don't. I say GIF.
Tomato. See, we don't even know what we say. Anyway.
I write it.
Yeah, exactly. She used a little GIF of the girl from Schitt's Creek. Who's
Alexis.
And she's real proud of herself that she had 2 stories that I did not debunk. But that's not fair because they're both alien and UFO related.
Right. And you don't debunk aliens because you believe in them.
Right. It would be really weird for me to all of a sudden just pretend to be skeptic on things that I believe in. So I'm not going to do that. I am a true skeptic when it comes to ghosts and demons. And who knows what else. I like when we go into these weird spaces that I've never really thought about before.
Yeah.
But those two, there's a line.
Yeah.
Rebe
and then
Ronnie.
We swap our skepticism when it comes to a lot of cryptids.
Yeah,
a lot of cryptids I don't believe in. And you're more open to that.
Definitely more open to cryptids.
Yeah. So
I just feel like we haven't discovered everything yet.
Right. Well, this isn't going to be the episode where you start your heavy debunking because it's sleep paralysis.
That's why I thought I needed to, come in and state it. Don't worry. I am still the skeptical sister. I only drop that skepticism when it's around things that I truly believe in, like UFOs.
All right.
And Bigfoot. But we haven't got any of those. Come on. Somebody give us a Bigfoot story.
Oh, that'd be so great. Well, we've had some stories that could have been Bigfoot. Yeah. Actually, a few of those.
Yeah, that's true. So whatever I said back then, I'm going right now. It was Bigfoot.
We also have some exciting news about our show coming up October 1st. We have decided we are going to live stream it. So we are putting a $7 ticket on that. And if you can't watch it in the moment, you could go back and watch it later. It's going to be available after you get the ticket. You can watch it as many times as you want. Who would want to watch it more than once? But
that'd be hilarious.
Whatever.
Every night before bed.
Yeah, but because we're going to live stream it, I don't think we're going to release it. So if you want to hear that episode, you better get in there.
Man, we're so private and selective, and oh my gosh, it's fancy.
I know. I was thinking maybe a while down the road, if we need something for Patreon, maybe we'll throw that out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Something,
Something, yeah.
Give them a little something.
A little crumb here and there.
And if you are one of our patrons who's like, hey, where is my magnet? They're coming. It's been a very busy month. I promise you, I have not forgotten. I'm just getting all September through so I can send them all at once. So you might not get them till October, but they're coming.
Right. And these live shows, they do take a lot of planning and organizing and orchestrating things. And
yeah. Kind of constant.
It is. But they're fun to do.
They're so much fun.
They're worth it and they're fun to do. And this one we might make a little money on. So we'll see.
Yeah, that'd be exciting. All right. Well, we have a bunch of stories.
Yeah,
you want to get to
I know
them?
we do. Yeah, we gotta shut up and start talking. So my first one is from Lillian, and she says, boy, do I have a story for you.
Ooh.
So I've been a skeptic about sleep paralysis every time I've heard about it, and then in all capital letters, until it happened to me.
Hmm.
I started having nightmares pretty frequently, so I began keeping a log to see if there was a pattern. It's so smart.
Yeah.
People that are that organized in life are just, they amaze me.
They get shit done.
They really do. And I would never think to do that. I would just go with it, be like, I just keep getting these nightmares. It's weird. So she starts this log. Here's the screenshot from that log. Sorry for the misspellings. I was frazzled. For reference, Leo and Titus are my kids of 8 and 5 years old. When I was finally able to, and I think she means unpin my legs. She said unpunished. I'm like, oh no, that's all.
Don't punish your legs.
Right. Don't
always leave them unpunished.
Always leave them. When I was finally able to unpin my legs from the bed, I literally launched myself out and onto the floor because I was struggling so hard to get out of the bed.
Ooh, that doesn't sound like the normal just,
yeah.
No,
this is weird.
I can't move. That's like I was very much being held down.
This is weird. Okay. This is from her log.
Okay.
I was horrendously exhausted and decided to try to lure myself into sleep by turning everything off and laying on my back, hands folded on my stomach. I was asleep, but woke up to a dark shadow having Leo's voice. So her son's voice. He changed sizes from Leo's height to maybe 8 feet tall and kept switching back and forth right beside the bed, a foot away from my waist.
Oh my gosh.
Right. I could see a smaller, stockier shadow a few feet behind him that had Titus's whispering voice. So now the other child.
Ooh, this could have been in our Creepy Kid episode too.
I know, that's what I thought too. But neither of them were saying English words. I knew they were asking for something, and I was trying to get up to get to them, but I couldn't. I could free my hands. Oh, what a good mom. Even as scary as they are, it's still their voices. And she's like, I still need to.
Yeah, I wouldn't be there.
No.
I'd be like, fend for yourselves.
Yeah, whatever you need, quit creeping me the fuck out. And then maybe I might get it for you. I could free my hands from my stomach. And when I would lift my shoulders to try to get up, it was like a magnet pulling me back down onto the bed, deeper.
Ooh.
I tried so hard, but the shadow with Leo's voice began to mock me. Uh-huh.
What a bitch.
Yeah, little shit. Again, not in English, but in a really gruff, inhuman laugh.
Oh my god.
Rambling something while he chuckled and beginning to lean over me. I tried to turn the light on, but I couldn't. Somehow it became unplugged. Once I was able to move slightly, I scrambled to plug the light back in and turned it on.
The light became unplugged?
The light somehow became unplugged.
That's very weird.
Mm-hmm. My legs still paralyzed and magnetized to the bed, I was finally able to move and fully wake up to see that the boys were safely in their bed. It was horrifying.
Okay, but was the light actually still unplugged? Like, did she actually
have to go and plug it in? She said as soon as she could start to
debunk that, Megan. That is not just sleep paralysis.
Well,
that's not just brain sleep paralysis.
Well, she says it somehow came unplugged. So, she doesn't say like before she went to bed, it was definitely plugged in. One of the boys or one of the kids could have unplugged it earlier in the day.
Yeah.
It could have been like, I don't know where your nightstand is, but like, what if you rolled over and like the plug was there and you could somehow, I don't know. But
ooh, that is so creepy. I've never heard of being able to move a little bit. It's like she got her hands moving, but still couldn't get her shoulders up.
Well, eventually you do. Like eventually once you start coming out of it, it's like one thing at a time or at least that was my experience. Like one thing at a time can start to kind of move a little bit. Your whole body then just isn't all of a sudden able to like get up and move.
Yeah.
It's like it's like your whole body is asleep, that tingly asleep feeling. And then it slowly starts to come back.
That is so scary. So could she see the figures? She could see them and hear them.
She could see them and they both had her little boys' voices.
Oh, that is so creepy.
That is so creepy. That's
awful.
Because then you'd want to go back and love your kids again. But how do you do
that?
But
you never would.
You never would. You never look at them the same way.
They'd be like, Mommy. And you'd be like, you shut your dirty mouth. Exactly. I feel that way now.
Oh, right.
They haven't done anything to me.
Exactly.
Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, are we? Oh, God love them.
Okay, well, that is very wild and very scary.
Right? I hope that never happens to me in sleep paralysis.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't want it to be any voice of anybody I know.
Right. I don't want any sleep paralysis to ever happen to me ever again. Yeah. Well, and my time wasn't scary at all. But I have heard that sleeping on your back can kind of
put you in there.
Yeah, and I sleep on my back almost all the time.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about that position that kind of maybe puts you in a deeper sleep or something. I'm not sure.
I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah, but speaking of hearing the voice of someone you know, I also have one like that.
Ooh, weird. Okay.
I know. All right, so this is from Erica. It says, hi, here's a short story of my sleep paralysis experiences. It first started in college 11 years ago. I have had numerous episodes in different apartments and homes. All included a variation of hearing music or voices that wake me up, feeling pressure on my body, not being able to speak, seeing doors open and doorknobs move. Sometimes I even dream that I'm having an episode, which is just equally as scary. My most recent experience happened while I was away on a work trip in June, a trip I make monthly to the same city and same hotel, except this time I decided to try a different hotel. It was my second to last night there, and I did my usual night routine. In the middle of the night, I was awoken to the noise of a radio. The voice was like, and you're listening to KZWM. And then I realized there was no radio in this room, so I must be having a sleep paralysis episode. Because remember, sometimes she goes right into that. Once I realized that, I didn't feel alone in the room and I couldn't move. I felt the energy of something dark. I tried praying in my mind because it usually helps me, but every time I tried to say something positive, my voice in my head would be disrupted.
Ooh,
I know.
Weird.
I felt the energy get angry, and it was almost amused that I was praying. The room was dark with only a glow from the window, and I remember thinking it must be close to the time I need to wake up. My alarm will go off, and I will snap out of this. I kept fighting this dark energy. Then I heard it imitate my mom's voice.
Oh my gosh.
I know. That's like your most comforting voice.
Oh, that's horrible.
That is awful. It's way more comforting than your creepy kids.
Yeah, right.
Not your creepy kids. Was it Lily?
Yeah.
Lily, I'm sure your kids are amazing.
No,
very cool names. But, my kid just freaked the crap out of me. He snuck up behind me to plug in her phone, and I jumped out of this chair. Then I heard it imitate my mom's voice, saying my name in a stern tone.
Oh, my gosh.
For not even a full second, I thought, Mom? But quickly denied it and said it telepathically, you're not my mom. This angered the energy. I started praying and fighting through the disruptions and creating a white protective light around my body using my mind's eye.
Wow. She sounds so cool and smart.
I know. I guess it worked because I went back to sleep and woke up to my alarm.
Oh, people who can go back to sleep.
I know. I've got a couple of these stories in here. I'm like, quit going back to sleep. It's so scary.
Or I guess that's the best thing to do. I mean, really.
I guess. When I woke up, it took me a few minutes to even remember what had happened. I travel with crystals and cleanse my body and use protection sigils, which I'm not sure if I said that right.
I want to know more about that.
I looked it up. They're like symbols. Yeah, I don't know if you have to get it blessed or what, but it's like the image of a symbol. Oh. And you can use those to cast.
But what is it on? Like a sticker?
I don't know. I didn't look too far into it, but it did. I saw a few examples of it. Okay, so to clean the room. It was by far the scariest sleep paralysis episodes I've had, and I haven't had one since.
Wow.
I'm an energy healer, and I don't know if something attached to me or if the energy of the hotel didn't have good flow. The layout of the building is a big rectangle with a huge open courtyard in the middle. My sister said the feng shui of the layout isn't positive. It doesn't allow the energy to flow properly. And also, there was a mirror facing the bed, so maybe it was a portal? Who knows? LOL. Thanks for reading. You definitely have permission to share my experience. Erica.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that is so creepy to hear your mom's voice.
Right.
Ooh, wow. I mean, in my own belief of what that could be, it's just her own mind playing tricks on itself.
Okay.
But it's still creepy as hell.
Yeah.
But feng shui, energy flow. I don't know enough about it. I really don't. I always say, I do believe in like energy and the shift of like being able to feel how the room is.
Yeah.
So I haven't really investigated too much into that. So an energy cleanser, I'm like, I'd love to have coffee with her and sit down and find out, like, tell me what you do. Like, how do you know? I have so many questions. Like, it just sounds like such a fascinating job.
And is that her job? Like, she says she travels all the time.
Yeah. Is that why you're traveling?
Is that why you're traveling, or is this something you just do extra because you know?
Right. Yeah. I'd like to get to know her more. That's incredible. And then it's super weird because now I have one about a mirror.
Ooh, this is weird. Okay.
I know.
Oh, that'd be another good episode. Mirrors are creepy.
Mirrors are creepy. Very creepy.
When I was little, I used to try to move fast enough to change my reflection to see it. It never worked.
I would love to pay money to go back and see you doing that.
I used to do it for a long time.
Hey there. I've suffered from sleep paralysis a lot the last couple of years, but I'll share the 2 major scary stories that changed my sleeping habits. The first one was fall of 2019. My fiance at the time and I were renting a small little townhouse on the old town side of our county. We had been living there since 2017 with no issues. I've always had issues sleeping ever since I was a teenager, but this was nothing like I had ever experienced before. This story is so creepy.
Okay.
Just so you can get a feel for our room, our master was on the 2nd story of the townhouse. Our bed was against the back wall, and if you were sitting on the bed, there was a giant floor-to-ceiling window on the right side of the room, and on the left side of the room was a sliding closet door that was mirrored.
Wow, sounds pretty.
It does sound very pretty. I slept on the left side of the bed. Let me interject that I cannot sleep in complete silence. I have never been able to. I typically listen to podcasts or audiobooks during the night, and if they turn off, I will wake up and turn them back on.
Oh, that sucks.
I know. She has to have it.
I fall asleep sometimes listening to things, but...
once you're out, you're out.
Yeah. Oh, that's hard.
Right? Which is what happened. I wake up and I am facing the mirror. It is dead silent. I am staring at myself in the mirror. All of a sudden, slow as a snake, a demonic clown face slowly raises up from the side of my bed.
What?
So I'm guessing like in front of her, or is it like behind her and she can see it in the mirror?
Oh, okay. That's awful.
Right. Inches from my face. I am petrified. I can't move, and it feels like something is holding my lungs so I can't breathe.
Oh my gosh.
In my head, I am silently begging my fiance to roll over and see whatever the fuck this thing is. The entity continues to stand until it reaches its full height, maybe 6 feet tall.
Oh.
I don't know really. It was towering over me. The whole time, it's got this evil, creepy Babadook smile on its face. It's black and white and almost looks like he's soaking wet.
Ew, ew. Why is that so gross?
I know. It gets worse. The thing stares at me for what feels like an eternity and then slowly raises one clawed, wet finger to its mouth in like a hush motion.
Ew.
It was at that moment I was able to roll over to face my fiance's back and close my eyes. Almost like it rolled me over. Then I heard a tap on my phone on the bedside table and the podcast started up again.
Ew.
Like it was like, shh, I'll start it for you. And it started her podcast back. Ooh, I'm loving your reaction right now.
That's so nice. No,
yeah, right.
So creepy.
Right. Oh, it's so weird. Like nothing had ever happened. And I went back to sleep.
Oh my
How after seeing that? Needless to say, I immediately made my fiance switch the side of bed with me. And then she put like the laughing emoji. Let him deal with it. Haha, not really. But I made him open the closets at night so I couldn't see the mirrors from my bed anymore. We slept that way until we moved out into our new house in April of 2020. I refuse to have mirrors in our bedroom now. My best friends took me to a hotel for my birthday in March of this year, and I made them sleep with all the mirrors covered because I was not having it. LOL. Okay, the second one is more recent, May of 2021. Same scenario as before, except now, oh my gosh, she is like, I fully believe that this is happening in her own mind.
Uh-huh.
And she needs to be like a director of a horror movie because these are horrible images that her brain is coming up with.
Okay.
Okay, May of 2021.
Wouldn't you like to think that?
That's what I think. That's what I believe, Rebe. That's what I believe.
Not me.
Same scenario as before, except now I sleep on the right side of the bed. Habit continued after we moved houses. Our master bedroom is smaller now, but at the end of the bed on the right side of the room is an antique vanity my husband inherited from his late grandmother. It was a gift to me when we moved in. And then she put in parentheses, we bought my husband's grandparents' house after his grandfather passed away.
Aww.
Same story. I wake up and it's dead silent. Only this time I am lying on my back and there is a woman at the end of the bed. Imagine the girl from The Grudge.
Ew. No, thank you.
But it's like she's in her 30s. That kind of makes me laugh. It's like, okay, she's grown up a little bit. And you can see her face, which is terrifying. Her face is contorted in a full-on scream.
Oh, no.
That's horrible.
That is awful.
Oh, that is horrible. And she is pointing at me. No. Again, I can't breathe and I can't move. And I am begging God in my head to please just let me roll over. She starts to not God, she the girl. I read that like God. She starts to glide closer to the bed, almost coming up to my side of the bed. Ugh. When my husband rolls over and pulls me into his arms and almost tucks my face into his chest so I can't see this woman anymore.
Oh, thank you, husband.
I know. In a very stern voice, he goes, "Get the fuck out of my house. Everything is fine. Close your eyes and go back to sleep."
What?
Which I do almost instantly. This is why I think her brain is doing this, because you could not just instantly be lulled back to sleep. I feel like she's in a dream state.
She's in her safest spot, her husband's arms. She loves him.
I would still be like, "Baby," in his ear. Is she gone? I mean, I think that I would.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so she says, when I wake up the next morning, I ask my husband why he grabbed me in the middle of the night. And she put in parentheses, "We don't usually cuddle. I love him."
I hear you.
She said, "I love him, but homeboy is a damn furnace." We sleep on opposite sides of our Cali King bed with just like a leg touching each other because he's so hot at night. LOL.
I hate cuddling. I get it.
He just shrugs. I said, "Do you remember what you said last night?" And he replies, "I didn't say anything. I just felt like you really needed to be cuddled in the middle of the night."
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
I know. He has no memory of anything he said. I forced him to buy me a green light that I now keep on nights when I feel like she's going to appear again. Oh, I don't know why I feel this way, but it's almost a gut instinct. My husband, God bless him, doesn't question and just lets me keep it on. So far, no Babadook clowns or demon woman has come back. Thank you for taking the time to read my story. I apologize for it being a bit long. Stay spooky. Much love, Kaylee.
What is a green light and where do I get one?
I know. Does a green light have some sort of significance? Is it just like a night light that's green, or is it like to keep spirits away?
I don't know. And I don't know which one I find scarier.
They're both horrifying.
Yeah, because as scary as the first one was, he was kind of helping.
No, I don't think that was helping. I think that was like his way of saying,
"Don't mind me."
Let me clarify this again. I do not believe this, but if it were like a spirit, yeah, I feel like it was like his way of messing with her. Like, I know everything about you, and I know that I'm going to play your podcast for you because that's what you like an evil ghost, whatever. I totally think it's her brain creating these things. You know, I don't know how many horror movies she likes to watch. Sounds like a lot. If not, if she never watches them, she definitely needs to become a horror writer.
Yeah.
Yes. Super creepy though.
That is very scary. And again, kind of leads into one of mine.
Shut up. How weird.
I know. I got to make sure I'm reading the right one here. Okay. This is from Aubrey. Hey, Erin. Hope it's not too late to contribute, but I wanted to share some of my sleep paralysis stories if you still need some. They're definitely not the scariest sleep paralysis stories I've heard. Sorry, but here we are. And I disagree. They're pretty creepy.
Okay.
I've experienced sleep paralysis 3 times that I'm sure of. The first time, I was taking a nap with my college roommate in the middle of the day, and suddenly I could feel hands around my neck. I felt awake despite my eyes still being closed. As it was happening, my first thought was that my roommate was sleepwalking, like quotations and walking, but sleep like acting. Uh-huh. I figured she was acting out her dreams and thought I was someone in her dream that needed to be choked.
Oh my gosh.
Obviously, I couldn't tell her to stop as I couldn't breathe, and the rest of my body couldn't move. Finally, I opened my eyes to see that no one was there. My roommate was still fast asleep next to me, and I just laid there wondering what the hell just happened. I knew I felt hands and fingers wrapped around my neck. Ew. It didn't take me long to figure out it was just a weird new form of sleep paralysis. Growing up, I would have instances of stopping breathing during sleep and dreaming that I was underwater. I could only breathe again when I woke up. Don't know where the hands came from this time. I suppose this may be some type of sleep apnea. Don't know. Not a doctor. LOL. The second time was...
Wait, can I say to that I was picturing she and her roommate taking a nap like Chandler, or no, like Joey, like Ross and Joey that whole time where they took a nap on the couch. But also, I wonder if the like visualization of a person being involved in that is because she knew that her roommate was right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. Or it was a demon. We'll see. The second time I was also in college. I was taking a nap once again in the middle of the day, this time by myself. Suddenly, I felt like someone was squeezing me, pinning my arms to my torso, and it just kept getting tighter and tighter. My brain immediately comes to the conclusion that it must be my boyfriend who has come to the house after his class. I'm thinking he wants to join me for a nap and doesn't realize how hard he's holding me. So I start getting angry and annoyed and try to say something and realize that I can't speak or move or open my eyes. Finally, I open them to find no one or nothing else in the room with me. Neither of these occurrences have ever stopped me from napping, although I did pretty much assume that napping in the middle of the day was what triggered it for me for some reason.
I love it. She said, but I'm powering through. Girl needs her sleep.
Worth it.
Get it.
However, the last occurrence took place at night, which took me by surprise. What didn't take me by surprise was that it was the same night I had been watching The Haunting of Hill House. In case anyone hasn't seen it, there's a character that experiences sleep paralysis. In the episode, she learns to snap herself out of it by trying to move her toes or something at first. So I remember watching that and telling my brother that I'd had sleep paralysis, but that it was minor and definitely never anything that creepy. Which again, both of those were creepy.
Yeah, even if you don't see like a paranormal figure, it is creepy to have it. But she felt something.
Right. Twice, like being constricted.
Squeezed,
Well, that night I felt the squeezing again, except this time there was a voice.
Ooh.
I knew there was something or someone to my left side of me, squeezing me, and all it was saying was, shh, 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 over and over.
That's horrible.
Right?
I'd rather them say something than tell me to be quiet.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
It sounded and felt urgent and threatening, like it didn't want me to wake up or move or speak. I couldn't move my body, but I felt like I could open my eyes at this point. I didn't dare. I was too scared of what I would see if I did.
Wow.
So instead, I remembered Haunting of Hill House and started trying to move my toes. It worked, and slowly I felt like I could move again. The squeezing stopped, and at some point, I felt that nothing was there anymore. I still don't think I opened my eyes till the morning, though.
Wow.
So there you have it. I hope these could be of some use. I've been meaning to listen to your podcast for a while, and now I'm literally hours away from a plane trip. I'm going to take the opportunity to do so. Can't wait. Aubrey. It's pronounced Aubrey. I just spell it weird.
Oh, man. That is so creepy. That shh, 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 like telling her to be quiet.
Yeah, like, don't mind me.
Yeah. And let's not listen to that. If anybody tells you to be quiet.
Oh, yeah, never.
Yeah, you just give them a big fuck you.
Unless you're one of my students who keeps awfully listening to this. And then you listen when I tell you to be quiet.
Yes, unless you're our own children.
And if you are, quit it. I cannot stress it enough. Stop listening.
Exactly. Yes. But yeah, I don't know. Like, to me, I don't know why I took it here, but I was like, I wonder if it's like some sort of like women suppression feeling of like being suppressed and not getting your voice heard, and that constricted feeling, and then being told to be quiet. Like, I wonder if anything was going on like in her professional life or anything like that maybe carried over into that dream world of feeling restricted and being told you can't say anything even though you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Tell us about it, Aubrey.
Yeah.
We'll get into like the psychoanalysis part that I like to dabble in from time to time, even though I have no credibility.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So I'm trying really desperately to think of a link between that one and this last one. So this one is also related.
No way.
Yeah, because it's about sleep paralysis.
Oh my gosh. You're a nerd.
Okay. Hi, my name is Cora. My first experience with sleep paralysis was and still is the most terrifying thing I've ever experienced in my life.
Ooh.
I had finally given up and resorted to sleep hypnosis videos on YouTube. I'm guessing because she's having a hard time sleeping.
Yeah.
Which is also a common thread.
Oh.
Haven't you noticed that? Like a lot of people, like the one
Trouble sleeping seems
to be a common thread about sleep paralysis.
I did notice, I think the one that I'm going to read next has also happened in college, like, stressful time. But also, you're more vulnerable to demons when you're stressed.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't you know?
Okay. I had finally given up and resorted to sleep hypnosis videos on YouTube. And at this moment, it felt like I had just drifted off to sleep when I felt a sharp pain of anxiety in my stomach. I don't know that I would ever trust YouTube to fall asleep and hypnosis hypnotize me
right
into anything. I'd be like, what kind of conspiracy theories are at the end of this video?
Yeah, and then even then, like an ad would pop up and wake me up.
Right. Yeah, I think that'd be very strange.
Yeah, you need to just start listening to, what's that podcast I listen to? Nothing Much Happens.
Yeah.
It is the best sleep podcast there
Nice.
is.
Yeah, you definitely need to recommend that for this one, for all of our sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
People who need help sleeping. I opened my eyes to see a figure standing in the exact center of the room. My bed was tucked into a corner. It looked solid black and very tall. The top of its hat.
Oh no, more hats.
The top of its hat was nearly brushing the ceiling. Best guess, it was a 7-foot tall ceiling. Something in my mind told me the figure was a male, even though I couldn't make out any distinguishing features aside from the height and the hat. Panic flooded over me in waves, and I became aware of a strange sound. It was almost like a scream, but smaller and higher, something like a baby crying, but less human.
Ew.
It grew sharper and clearer, and I scanned my eyes around the room, the only thing I could move, and finally saw my cat sitting right next to me, perched on the nightstand. She was yowling at the thing in the center of the room.
Ew.
I had never heard her make that sound before, and I have never heard her since. It propelled me into attempted action. I tried to move, to sit up, to swing my arm over to pet and comfort her, but I couldn't move. My entire body felt limp, useless. The closest thing I can compare it to is that feeling when you wake up and realize you've been sleeping on your arm for hours and it's completely dead, except this was my whole body.
That's exactly how you describe it.
Yeah. I kept trying, and I think I must have eventually exhausted myself because the next thing I remember is waking up and the next morning, sunshine coming through the window and my cat curled up on my chest. I've had many more experiences with sleep paralysis since then and have seen the tall man with the hat several times, but he has never come as close to me as he did that night. It's
scared of your cat?
Yeah, right. It seems he now prefers to watch me from the doorway.
Ew.
Right? Each time I wake up later with my cat snuggled very close to me. I don't know if what happened that night was something real or paranormal or just the creation of my own exhausted, overly anxious brain, but I think my cat saved me from it either way. It may have been a real shadow person that she scared off with her fearsome yowling.
Oh.
Or it could have been simply that she sensed I was distressed in my sleep and was trying to wake me up. Whatever it was, I am grateful to her, and I don't ever want to sleep without her.
Oh,
I know, sweet cat.
You'll never hear that again on here.
I know. Well, she sounded like a really sweet one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind you curling up on my chest and being very sweet. Just don't
protecting
claw.
me from scary things.
Yeah, protect me from sweet. Yeah, but she's got a rare one. But the Hat Man, I mean,
yeah.
So now that kind of Ronnie has kind of put that idea of it being alien. Ooh, that's scary. Like that sleep paralysis moment mixed with an alien makes it seem like there's an ulterior motive there.
Right. That reoccurring checking back in.
Yes.
Ooh,
like gathering information. Ugh. Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think so, Cora. I think you're okay. But really, I'm just telling you that so that you'll sleep tonight.
And if you can, check out that podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
Okay, well, I've got one more story, and it's a little short one, but I had a question, so I responded.
Nice.
Like I was on top of my game and everything.
Look at you.
And then they responded back, so I've got like an update here.
Well done.
Okay, so this is from Shannon. I've had it happen once, thank God. I was sleeping in my bed with my boyfriend, now husband, next to me. Next thing I know, I legit feel someone crisscross sitting on my chest. Face in my face, cackling the most evil cackle I've ever heard.
What?
I tried so hard to push my body or foot to touch my boyfriend to wake him up. The more I tried, the more it laughed at me.
Oh my gosh.
I eventually tuned the cackle out and went back to sleep.
How?
I don't know. I don't know how these people are doing it.
Tune out the cackle.
I know.
Here's how I think you would have to do that. Like, you'd have to tell yourself, this is just my imagination.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I'm that convincing to myself.
Yeah, I don't know.
I told my husband about it, and he said he's had that happen to him multiple times in the same house for years.
Shut up.
So that's when I went back. I'm going to finish. Hold on. Keep that in mind. Don't forget.
Oh my gosh.
And it would happen to him in our old apartment as well, where he continuously played with a Ouija board.
Ooh.
Nothing too spooky in the house we bought now. And I wrote back, hey, I need to know. He also had sleep paralysis, and that's what he's talking about, or he had that same feeling, same cackling.
Right.
And she wrote back, he'd see the same thing and have continuous sleep paralysis. So both. He had sleep paralysis as well while having that thing cackle on his chest.
Okay, but she didn't, in the first one, she doesn't talk about seeing it.
Yeah, she does.
She says she feels it and it's just cackles in her face.
Oh, so she's just feeling it laugh in her face?
Right.
Okay, well, she says he sees the same thing.
But I want to know what he sees. I want to know what it is. You come on now. You thought you were on your game.
Letting you down.
Like, what is it that he sees? I mean, I can tell you what I'm picturing. Like, just a horrible, like wiry, crazy hair.
Yeah.
Kind of just like
a skinny little woman.
Yeah.
With like black wiry hair.
Yeah.
That's what I'm picturing.
I was gonna say gray wiry hair, but either way, wiry hair. I don't know why. But just like laughing and rocking. That's what I picture.
Ooh, yes.
Ooh, creepy.
Okay, so she said he sees the same thing and has continuous sleep paralysis. The house I had sleep paralysis at, you could always hear things in the house. Doorknob of our room shake, stomping up and down stairs, etc. Always felt a presence when we lived there. His parents still live there, and I refuse to be in the house alone. Okay, and then a little update on the Ouija board, because I was like, ooh, we might be having a Ouija board episode soon.
Well, don't ruin it.
Okay, well, okay. I won't give you any of that. It's not a full-on story.
Oh, okay. Well, then go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to tell you. Okay. When I separated the Ouija board pieces in our apartment, because he would never say goodbye and always leave the planchette on the board. So do you even know that you're supposed to say goodbye?
No.
This is why you can't do it. It is not so silly. Don't say it's so silly.
What was it?
So
why? What's going to happen to me if I say it's so silly?
You leave that portal open.
I have not opened a portal.
Because you haven't done it yet.
Oh, I thought you meant like me saying it was so silly was opening a portal. I was like, okay.
No, because you're going to say it's silly, and then somebody's going to be like, I don't have to do it because Megan said. And then they're going to get haunted, and we're going to get sued.
That's on them, not me. Oh, please. I'd like to, for any court of law.
Don't you be challenging. This is like worse than challenging a ghost. Don't be challenging a sue.
Okay, so what do you have to do?
When you're done, you have to move the planchette to goodbye.
What are you calling that? A plantation?
A planchette. It's the little thing that's like almost heart-shaped.
I didn't know it had a name. Oh, I know. I can picture it right now. I never knew it had a name.
Oh my gosh, you're such a nerd. I cannot believe we have this podcast together.
A planchette.
A planchette. Yeah.
A planchette. Okay. So you have to move it off the board and say goodbye.
No, the goodbye is on the board.
Oh, you have to spell it goodbye.
No, you don't spell it. There's a spot that says hello, and on the other corner it says goodbye. And when you're done, you have to move it up to the goodbye before you're done. Otherwise, you're leaving that portal communication open.
Okay.
That's how every scary movie starts. Because they think it's crap, they think it's bull, and they don't close it out, and then they get haunted, and then everybody dies. Okay, so her boyfriend, now husband, wasn't saying goodbye, always left the planchette on the board. I think when you're done, you need to take that planchette off. Again, I haven't done it since middle school, and I never will again. So when he wouldn't do that, when he didn't do it properly, she would always feel like something was in the closet where I placed the planchette, and in the bathroom where I hid the board under the sink.
Oh, funny.
She's like, these are very separated now, and I feel like something's there. I literally got the courage before we moved out of the apartment to sing hymns while throwing the board away into the dumpster and the planchette in the neighborhood dumpster. That's so cute. She's like, no, these aren't even going to be together in the dumpster.
It reminds me of Jumanji.
Yeah. I love that movie. Never
also
had
fake.
Yes, Jumanji is fake. I'm with you there. That's not
I was
historical.
Just checking to make sure. But Ouija is. Okay, go ahead.
I wish you could audibly hear my eye roll. Never had anything too paranormal happen since.
Wow. That's crazy. I don't know what to say. I'm like, they both had sleep paralysis.
Of the same sleep paralysis.
Yeah, that's really weird. What horror movies were they both watching?
Multiple stories tonight was talking about like something else confirming it. The cat was seeing something.
No, she even says herself in there that the cat could have just
trying to calm herself.
Could have just felt her distress, and I agree with that. Like I think
that it was looking at the big figure.
The cat was like being the cat. It was just where it was. It could have been looking at absolutely nothing.
The husband pulling her in, get out, telling that thing to get out.
Yeah, he doesn't even remember saying that. I feel like she dreamt that. I feel like that was total dream state. Like
he still remembers snuggling her.
The fact that yes, I mean, but you can still remember things that don't fully wake you up.
Yeah, but still, like even if he didn't say it, something in that moment was like, she's in trouble.
Yeah, her own brain, I think, was like looking for a safe haven,
reaching out and saying, "Snuggle me."
No. I feel like she probably was like panicked, either thrashing around or he could tell she was anxious about something in her sleep. Like I've heard, like, well, James, he does weird sleep stuff anyway, but like I can tell when he's like having a really bad dream, and I will reach out to him and I'll try to wake him up. I don't ever try to just like hold him. Yeah. Because I'm afraid he's like gonna punch me in the face. But I will like wake him up from afar, like, oh, wake up. You're dreaming because you're about to start hitting. But I can tell when he's like having a nightmare. Yeah. So reach out and try to get him awake. He reached out and was just like, I'm gonna hug her and I'm gonna embrace her so that this nightmare goes away. The nightmare continues to go on.
Yeah, but when you're in sleep paralysis, your brain is awake and she knows she's not moving.
Yeah, I don't know that she was full on in sleep paralysis. I think she was dreaming. I think she had those very vivid sightings, which tells me it was more of a dream, not sleep paralysis.
Okay. All right, look at you debunking after we talked about not debunking.
Well, listen, I had to bring it back to my roots, bring it back to why we started this podcast. I am truly a skeptic.
I can't believe you're still a skeptic. It's still shocking to me. I always think you're faking it.
I swear I am not faking it. Like, I really think it's bizarre that people are believers in paranormal things.
So weird. How can all of us be such believers?
No, you say all of us. I believe that. Like, I would like to do the percentage.
Do you think that we're in the minority?
I think we might be half and half. Like, that would be an interesting poll to find out how many skeptics and how many believers are listeners of ours. But you say it as though all of our listeners are believers, and I don't think you're right, my friend.
I know that they aren't all.
Yeah,
I know they aren't all.
Right. Like you can think of one, Stephanie.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I think that there's probably a lot more.
I can too. But I mean, I think you're right. I think there are a lot that are not. But still, there are so many people in this world who are total believers.
Yeah, I think it's very easy to believe in something. I think a lot of times it's needed to believe in something. I don't think there's anything wrong with believing in it.
Yeah.
By any means. But I think that, I don't know. I don't know why it's that one little thing. Ghosts, well, two little things. Ghosts and demons. I just can't go there. I don't know what it is.
All right. Well, let's go to your fan favorite.
Oh, yes.
Did you finally get one?
What? I got a couple. I got a couple saved up. So I'm good to go.
Well, now you're going to have to tell me who they are so I don't double pick them.
Nah, don't worry. You won't.
I don't like these people.
I'll definitely start with one. Yeah, you hate them. So this week's fan favorite is none other than the sweet Melinda, our new Patreon, but also just so sweet and so supportive, and has left us a review, and she's always on Facebook, like liking stuff that we have out there. So she really
stories
shows, too. Yeah, submitted stories. She's really been very supportive, and just meeting her, our first Patreon night, I was like, I am just in love with her. She is so kind and so sweet. And her response was just great. So I'm going to read her. Basically, I just told her that we picked her. She's like, oh my gosh, I just now saw this because this was the night I tried to get her. So the next day, she'd just seen it. Thank you so much. I feel so honored. Would it be okay if I requested 2 plugs? And they're both amazing. So I'm like, definitely.
No, sorry. 1.
I know. Wouldn't that be fun if I'm like, listen, you're a fan favorite. You don't own the podcast. Back up. I am totally kidding, Melinda. Of course. They're both wonderful.
We're very strict on this podcast.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell. Can't you tell? She said, I have a baby Etsy shop called Feeling the Moonlight. And it's capital F, feeling, capital T, the capital M, moonlight. I know you tell me that doesn't matter, but just in case it does. Feeling the Moonlight. That I'm just getting started. this with some plants and some crocheted items. I'm working on more to come.
Oh, cool.
I know, right? So the other night when we were doing our Patreon, she's like, I might not be that like interactive because I'm potting like 43 pots of potted plants. Yeah. So she's clearly very busy. But then she goes on to say, but something truly dear to my heart is Wayne County Dog Shelter. And this place sounds amazing.
Oh.
Like every place should have a dog shelter this cool. She said, we've adopted all of our dogs from them and foster for them as needed. They have a lot of fun, unique events where they try to bring awareness and help get their dogs adopted, such as wine tastings and barbecues.
Oh, that's how you get me.
Right. Once a year, right near Valentine's Day, they even have a bow wow ball.
Oh,
I know, where you can get all dressed up, go have a nice dinner, and local businesses will donate items to be auctioned off. And all ticket sales and auction proceeds go to their medical/veterinarian needs.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know, isn't that cool? This week, they have some of their dogs out at our county fair, and a few have even been adopted.
Oh.
I'm sorry for the lengthy message. I could go on and on, but they're a wonderful group that works hard to give dogs the best lives and really care about their well-being. Back on topic, thank you again for choosing me. I'm so excited. And then she like links in her little shop, which looks so cute. I mean, look at this. Little crocheted, like little planters.
Oh my gosh, I love them.
Aren't they so cute?
I need to get one for my Neville, my little plant that I've kept alive all summer.
Yes, you should definitely do that. I know, I can't believe you kept something alive all summer.
I know, I'm so proud of myself.
It's amazing. And like little pot holders.
Aw.
I know. I would love to learn how to crochet. I don't think I have the patience for it.
Yeah, my mother-in-law tried to teach me once.
I don't think I can do it.
It makes, like, I'm a little bit dyslexic and everything looks weird to me.
Yeah.
When I'm trying to do it, I couldn't get it.
Yeah, I don't think I would be able to. But so people who do it really amaze me.
Mm-hmm.
I said, this is perfect, and we'd love to plug both. Thank you so much. She says, that really means a lot. Here are some pictures of my fur babies. And look at these guys.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at those two. That like dog is smiling right there.
That is so cute.
They're adorable. So maybe she can post some pictures of her fur babies on there. I always find it therapeutic to look at sweet doggies. But anyway, and therapeutic to help that out. So we will definitely link that on our Facebook page if you'd like to donate to a great cause. And yeah, so grateful for her for all the support she's given us. And
yes, thank you.
So grateful for me for actually remembering to do a fan favorite.
Good job, Megan. All right. Well, we have one more bit of exciting news. We have a website now.
Oh, that's hilarious. I'm like, we do? What is it? I was like on my pins and needles. No, that's not it. I was on my
edge of your seat.
I was on the edge of my seat. What's our good news?
We have a website. You go to www.myskepticalsister.com. From there, you can get tickets to our show, which we have released as of Monday this week. So you better get on it quick if you're just now listening to this.
Yeah, especially if you want the ghost tour. And we do have, it's like capped at 75. So,
well, the ghost tour is capped at 30.
Yes, the ghost tour is at 30, but then like,
and we already have 7 tickets sold for that.
Yeah.
From just our Patreons.
Ooh, that's exciting.
I know. So, space is limited there.
It is. And also those spaces limited at the live show as well. So,
right.
So hurry up, get your tickets. And yeah, it's super exciting. But the website, we have to give credit where credit is due.
Absolutely.
So we had that lovely dinner that we mentioned with Stephanie and Bob. And this is just one of those things where you don't see it coming your way, just how wonderful people are. And we're sitting there eating dinner and Bob just, he's just a kind and kind of humble guy. And he's like, hey, if you guys wanted me to start you up a podcast,
I'll like, take over.
Yeah. He's like, if you guys want me to come into your podcast. No, he said, if you guys would like us to start you up a website, he kind of does. That's like what his career is. And he's like, I wouldn't mind to set one up, and took this on. And then Stephanie helped him. And so the two of them have put together our website for us. I mean, it's amazing.
I know. It's so professional. And like little links that work.
So professional.
When you press on a button, it really takes you somewhere.
Yeah, it does. It's like it's done by a professional.
Oh my
God. Bob, you know what you're doing.
And it's our podcast name. Like, that's so cool that we got like our name.
Yes, we got our name. It's officially ours. Well, I mean, Bob bought it. So really.
Thanks, Bob.
He was so sweet. He's like, I don't care. It's like $12. So I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so nice. But so really, he owns us. No,
Bob is now our boss.
That's right. Bob is the boss. Jody's still our manager. Stephanie is doing all the legwork in between from the website. But it is beautiful. It is so appreciated. And yeah, go check it out.
Yeah, you can buy your tickets there, or you could submit a story there, or just talk to us there if you want. We're working on our little bios. We're going to put that up. That's to come. But yeah, it's really neat.
I know. I keep getting tripped up because she said, you pick out a selfie. I was so bad about it because I'm like, I keep finding all of the most ridiculous pictures of myself, like pictures of when Jack and I used to wear wigs and whatever. I'm like, I'm going to look like a maniac on here, but whatever, it'll be funny.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, no, pick a good one. But then I'm like, don't pick a real pretty one because then it's going to look like you're really trying to. I don't look like that anymore. I look like that in my 20s.
You're thinking about this a lot.
How I am. It's stressful. It's stressing me out, but that's okay.
Not even checked out yet. But I will.
I'll find something.
Yeah. So please submit your stories to myskepticalsister@gmail.com or go to our brand new fancy website and do that there. If you have any stories from the Highlands specifically, get those stories in right away.
Yes,
and then
please.
Put in that subject line like Louisville story or Highland story so we can read that on our show. If you want tickets to the live show, go to our website to get them. Or if you want a live stream ticket, we're going to have those up this week too. That's not going to be out right away, but you will get that live stream ticket soon.
Yeah, we don't know how to do all that shit, so we're gonna have to.
We're getting there. We're very close. It'll happen this week. So $7 for that. Maybe by the time you're listening to this, it'll be up there.
Yeah,
and you can rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, or listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. Please tell your friends, tell your family, tell your frenemies about us because we want to get out there. You can find us on all the socials: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. My Skeptical Sister. Just type that in.
There you go. What else do you want? Well, I mean, that's a lot. We're doing a lot, people.
Yeah,
back off. What else can we do for you?
It feels like a lot. Like I love every minute of it, but I'm like, oh my gosh.
Right. It's kind of growing.
It is. It's like a little thing.
It is. It's its own little thing. And it's just got to do its job. We're on our anniversary. We're going to try to get this crab dinner.
Yeah. And we're getting close. November.
I know, right? So we better hope that this little live show really brings in some money. It's going to be like, we're going to have like a little side lobster salad.
Little shrimp scampi.
Yeah, one shrimp. Like, this is what we got.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for all your support, and we will talk to you next week.
Cheers.
La 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 la.
Is an antique vanity that my
vanity. You're just gonna jump right past that. Vanity.
Well, and as soon as I said it, I thought that's got to be right. It didn't sound right, but I convinced myself it was, so that I could keep going.
Because remember, sometimes she like goes right into that. Oh my Lord! Oh my gosh, Sophie Taylor scared the crap out of me. It is almost 10 o'clock. Oh, gosh, I'm jumpy. What are you doing now? We've now had all three of my daughters come in.
I still love their attire for sleeping.
They don't sleep in pajamas.
So weird.
It is so weird.